Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're here for the first time, I'm Say, a fellow LOVE NIKKI player and a Starry Corridor enthusiast. I'm here to not only teach you all of the useful tips and tricks I know about how to be a successful hotlister, but also share some everyday gameplay tips as well. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and of course, hit the bell notification button to not miss any of the future uploads. So, what are we here for today? We have a return, universal tide, or as we like to call it, tree of life or tree of memories, whatever you like better. But I think this was quite a surprise since still Time Palace has obviously been forgotten. It's been like almost a year and a half since we had it last time. It's way too long. But this event came back and it is a trap. I am going to make a separate video talking about these suits, the Moonless Voyage suits, but this is the hell event that I'm talking about. I'm sure most of you are familiar with it already, so it has 3 suits, and I'm pretty sure we can expect it as our next hell event. When that's gonna be, I don't know, hopefully not too soon, but yeah, I'm not too sure how I feel about this event, but I'll share my opinions in the other video I make. Another one of the future hell events that we are yet to get is this one. However, we have never ever gotten the newest hell event as our next one, so I'm pretty sure that this one's gonna have to wait. Most likely it's gonna be the one after this one that we're gonna get. And for gods, the devs have pretty much forgotten that the event even exists, so I'm excluding it. I don't know. They're trolling us with 4 gods. It's just not gonna happen. So that leaves Moonless Voyage as the only hell event possible. I mean, you never know. You never know, but like if we follow the pattern, I'm pretty sure that Moonless Voyage is gonna come next. If you follow the pattern, we usually get these big hell event returns either after something big, you know, once we are actually drained, once our wallets are pretty dead, or before something to drain us further so that we are forced to spend even more afterwards. Okay, so I'm gonna try my best to get over all of these suits, give you my personal opinions, and tell you if I think that these suits are worth it, or if you should save the diamonds for what's coming next. There is a speculation that something big is gonna come. Probably a hell event, probably Moonless Voyage, so if you like that hell event better than this one, you might want to save your diamonds. It's expensive. This hell event is around, I think, 10,000 diamonds or even 11,000 for all of the suits. I personally think that only one suit in this whole lineup is worth it, and it is this one, Niva's suit. It usually drops on the 2nd or the 3rd node. It dropped on the 1st node for me. I was very lucky to get her right away. But I do have all of the suits, so let's get into my wardrobe and check them out and see if they are worth it still, even after all this time. The first suit is Debbie's suit. She usually drops on the 1st node for everybody. For me, she dropped on the 3rd node. I was very lucky. I had Niva dropped first, Bai Jinjin dropped 2nd, and then it was Debbie and Nidog last. But she's really, I don't like her, and it's not an unpopular opinion. A lot of people don't like the suit just because she's so messy and there isn't really much going on here. Her makeup is kind of creepy. This big item is really not that useful because of the art style. And yeah, I kind of don't think that you should get the suit at all. Here we have her normal pose. Still, I kind of do like this hair. I think the braid is very pretty, however, I really don't like the top. I don't like the bangs, something's off about it, but like her braid is very, very pretty. I never used this dress once since I got it. We have the rest of her outfit, which also, I haven't used a single part of the suit ever since I got it, except for this hair, and I only used it for one styling that I'm gonna show you right now. This is the styling that I did with the Debbie hair. I think her braid is pretty, and overall, it can be styled, but it's not that special, and the rest of the suit is just no. So sad thing about this suit is that you probably have to get it in order to reach whichever other suit you want, because the drop rate also increased for Debbie being the 1st suit. That's unfortunate, but if you have diamonds to spare, then I guess it's fine. Niva suit. Now, this one's my favorite, and this, in my opinion, is the only suit that it's worth it in this whole lineup. I love her hair a lot. Her pose is very beautiful. I don't really use these exiled chest pieces, honestly, but Giant Royce is so useful, and I can't even count the amount of times that I used him in the corridor, in the competition, that I've seen people do so many creative things with him. It's a great item. Let's continue with the rest of her stuff. And this is the item that tilts her to the side. It's fine. Of course, her makeup, it's just any other sleeping makeup. There's nothing too special about it. I guess she has a little of eyeshadow, and I kind of like her lipstick, but this is not my favorite sleeping makeup. And this beautiful, beautiful chessboard. So let's go into view mode. And you already know, I think I've talked about this suit so many times before. I like to use it. You can use it as decoration. It's really pretty, like to make frames. You can make the floor with it. So many different things. It also gives you this nice little glow if you like turn it upside down and like put it slightly off screen. Let's just do that quickly. This part kind of, see, it kind of gives a glow. You can look at the top of Royce's head, and it can be useful to give yourself like a nice effect on your Starry Corridor entries. I actually use it a lot for that purpose. And of course we have Royce. I've seen people do a lot of cool things with it, with his tail, with his hair. So yeah, also even these little birds. This bird up here is like really beautiful, and you can just use that if you want to give yourself a nice little effect. Look at it down in the bottom. It's so pretty. I love it so much. And of course Neva, she is huge. I love her. I love her dress. Everything about her is just so gorgeous. She's so worth it, and I really hope that she drops on the first note for all of you guys who love her so much. We got our normal pose as well. It's not as extravagant, but I really like this dress a lot. I also like her hosiery. It's very pretty. Her shoes as well, and the rest of her accessories, of course. I think that she's super, super useful. However, if she is the only suit that you want from this lineup and you don't have enough of diamonds or money to spare, skip it. It's not that worth it, and I'm pretty sure that there are better suits coming. And I guess if you don't really like any of the elements that we have yet to get, like Moonless Voyage, which the fandom is speculating that it's gonna be a next element, that it's gonna come very soon. So if you like those suits more than these ones, then I suggest you skip it, no matter how useful Neva is. Unless, I guess you can gamble, do the first note and hope she's gonna drop, but I wouldn't recommend it. So this is the next suit that I love so much because of a few parts that she has, and let's just check her out slowly. I'm not big on the sitting pose. It doesn't look natural. I don't like this dress at all, even though I usually really like cloud suits. And the rest of it, okay, of course, the earrings, shift her to the side. Oh, both of these items. Okay, that's fine. And her makeup, which is cute. But I really like these two items. Let's check them in the view mode. I often play with the, oops, go away. I often play with these in the corridor, and they are really useful to me. This item, I sometimes use, like, you can use it as a roof if you're trying to make a building and just cover up the rest of it. I like to use this part right here to give myself like a nice little tree, just a decoration at the top of the screen. It's very pretty. And of course, this item, the only issue I have with this item is the fact that it's not layered, so you can't have Nikki sit between the two fences. She's either behind it or in front of it, and that's kind of an issue, but it's still a really nice bridge to use for decoration if you are making any sorts of landscape entries. I also like to use it. You can just make water like this with it, something like this, like a little lake here. I guess the problems is the reflection of the ducks, but I use it to make bathtubs, for example. I can show you that later because I can hide the ducks with the bathtub. But yeah, this is a really cool item, but it is the only item that I personally think is worth it in the whole suit, so I wouldn't recommend going for it, especially since we already have a few bridges in the game. And I don't know, this item is, I don't see it used that often. It's just a nice little decoration that I guess you can use for your entries, but it's really not that special. I haven't found too many uses for it, which I thought I would before I got it. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend going for the suit unless you get lucky and get it on a first note. This is the bathtub that I was talking about. As you can see inside the bathtub, the pinkish little water which comes from the bridge that I just showed you, and I used it to kind of hide this girl that we can see in the mirror. You can still see her hands and arms, but they're not that noticeable. So yeah, I think you can make pretty cool stuff with it overall. Her normal pose, again, I'm not big on this hair. This dress, we have so many of these dresses, I personally don't really think that it's that worth it. The shoes, the rest of the accessories, another brooch. I have at least 20 of brooches that look similar, if not identical to this one. So honestly, probably my second least favorite normal pose in this whole event. And the big baddie, the Nidog suit, the dragon suit. Let's check her out and see if I think she's worth it. I kind of have a problem with how tiny her head is compared to the rest of her body, so it kind of feels off. But she has a lot of backdrops, which we are going to get into in the view mode in just a second. Okay, so here we are. So she comes with these 3 giant items. The first one is this dragon, which I like to use if I'm making a dark background. Since this dragon is pretty dark, you can use other items to camouflage the rest of the screen and get your background to be fully black. Now it's same with this one. I haven't found too big of a use for it other than camouflaging something if I'm making a black background. So that's pretty much what this whole suit for me is about, if I want to make a black background and use pieces of the suit to hide it. And then we have this giant sword, and the only use that I have for this sword is if it helps me make a frame or something. So for example, I like to make frames a lot, and since it's like black and fully straight, okay, let's try to straighten this as much as we can. You can put it like on screen. It's not fully straight, but you get the picture. You can make yourself a frame, and I'll show you. I think I have a tutorial on my channel of how to make these frames, but I will show you an entry of it just in case. Here is an example. As you can see, the black frame. I used 3 items to create that, and the sword is one of those items, and it is on the left side. The part on the left side is the sword, and that is pretty much the only use that I have for it. I haven't really used it for anything other than that. And finally, let's check out her normal pose. Here's the messy hair, the top, the jacket, the boots, the cap, and the rest of the accessories that she comes with. She has 2 swords, she has a nice coat, and a makeup. Now, I really like her outfit a lot. I love this coat, I love the top. Actually, this is a dress, it's not a top. And of course the boots. I don't use the hat, but the necklace is cool. I like this sword a lot because of this leathery thingy that it has, and the beautiful coat. So I do use her outfit pretty often. However, we have a lot of outfits that are similar to this one already. Some of them are even free, and they can be quite a nice replacement. So I don't think the suit is worth it, around like 12,000 diamonds that it costs. And I guess with the suit, it kind of depends on your personal taste. I don't find it all that useful, apart from if I'm trying to make a black background. But do you really need to make that black background? There are so many other items that you can use for it, like the gray from the Moon Justice, and the newest Lifetime suit also has a very dark item that you can use to help yourself. And we also have a couple of very dark backgrounds in which you don't really need too much help to cover it up anymore. So in my opinion, I think that the suit isn't going to be worth it in the long run. You're probably going to be excited about it for a while, but then you're just going to be like, why did I do this? I just wasted so many diamonds. It's not that worth it. At least that's how it was for me. But In the end, it's all personal. If you really love the suit, if you can spare it, if you like this event more than you like any of the suits from Moonless Voyage or any of the other Hell events that are yet to come, then I guess you can go ahead and complete it. After all, these Hell events definitely do return, so you'll have a chance to complete these suits again. Probably in a couple of months, so there's that. Anyway, that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any future video ideas, suggestions, or if you have any questions, just leave them in the comments down below and I'll get back to you. Thank you so much. I wish you a happy new year and I'll see you in the next video.